Hello and welcome to Universal Studios Hollywood. We have a huge update to you with big updates to Nintendo World Horror Nights and everything. So let's start here in the Curious George parking structure with Halloween Horror Nights. And in just the last week, we finally have not just a layout, but we have gone vertical inside the second Halloween Horror Nights house. This is very exciting. It is roughly the same size as the other house, although it does look to be just a little bit taller. Now, speaking of this first house, we now have a lot of material painted on, these fake wood slats on the side of the house, this decrepit interior. This house is several months ahead of the other house. Some other things to point out in this image is that Killer Snacks, the food booth, is still here. The Secret Life of Pets boxes are still there, and all the lumber is still here. Now let's head to Universal City Walk Hollywood for some updates. And turning to look at this Toothsome Chocolate Emporium and Savory Feast Kitchen, we now have that trough filled in. It is a concrete barrier to the main entrance. And on the left, we have a brand new concrete barrier that encircles the courtyard of the restaurant. Not much to see here other than just a lot of dirt and scraps. I can't wait till we start seeing that hard rock theming like we see in the front and on the sides come off. Then we'll be able to actually see some progress come through. Turning to the left, the Universal Cinemas is still decked out for Bad Guys, although now it is covering the entire front of the cinema. We also still have that photo op down there. And next to the Bad Guys standee, the Blaze Pizza logo has finally been completely removed. I do hope that means we'll see a new tenant occupy this space soon, because I don't really like to see unoccupied places on Universal Studios City Walk. Before heading into the park, the Universal Studios store now has a new wrap for Jurassic World Dominion coming out this summer and some new merchandise. So we'll check this out on our way out of the park. But for right now, let's head in. And here we are in the park. Some of the first people, not the first one. There was a problem with my ticket scanner. They're letting us in at 8:30 today.
To the Universal Studios.
Okay, first one in for rope drop. So, believe it or not, they're actually letting us into the lower lot early. It is amazing what the difference of just a week can make, right? Like, look at those pyramids, which are now peeking out from the top. That's incredible. This is so exciting. So we are seeing scaffolding completely come down over on the right side of the land. And it looks like on the first floor outside the restrooms, there is scaffolding down. With Bowser's Castle seems to have a lot of work on the right turret, not so much on the left turret. And Mount Beanpole now has paint going all the way down the mountain. Now let's head from Super Nintendo World all the way down here to the Halloween Horror Nights maze, which now has brick. We now have a tent posted outside of it. Not much to see towards the back of the maze, but it's nice to see the front has some progress. Now let's head to the lower lot. And now here's a view from the bottommost stairway where you can see what I'm talking about with that Bowser Castle right turret being a little further along than the left turret. And looking from here, we can also see that Mount Beanpole does have a bit of an unpainted section on the main portion of the mountain that we couldn't see from up there. Now let's go check out the warp pipe. And here's a weekly look at the Super Nintendo World warp pipe. Not much to see here. I think I'm gonna go into Transformers. I just met Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, and they told me that my mission is inside the Transformers ride. So, I'm gonna go do that. After leaving Transformers, I went to go see Megatron and Optimus Prime, who told me, thank you for saving the planet. Now, instead of heading to the Jurassic World attraction, I'm gonna head to Jurassic Outfitters because I believe we have some new merchandise for Jurassic World Dominion. And we do. Here are some new shirts. We have a new Velociraptor Beta is their name. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce some of these dinosaurs. Here are those same shirts along with the Mosasaurus figure. We have a new mask, a new ID holder, some items for younger ones, and then around the corner here we have a dinosaur fight ring shirt. I'm sure that'll make more sense once we see the movie. Continuing the fight theme, we have a wallet. Here's the front side, here's the back side. Over here we have a shirt for young kiddos along with two action figures. An orange shirt, a nice bag, a nice metal sign for the fight of the years, that same graphic down here, and then a lot of merch down here for Biosyn, which is the new genetics lab that'll be in Jurassic World Dominion. We have a lanyard holder. This appears to be a bumper sticker and decal, magnet clip, a 2-pack of magnets right over here, a badge reel. Wow, they're going all in on the Biosyn merchandise. On this stanchion, we do have more merchandise. This one's neat. It comes in like a fake Jeep. And then some more figures down here. Now, if you can pronounce this on your first try, I will give you $1 million. Just kidding. These are neat new figures, one with Owen and the new Beta Velociraptor and a fox. I think that fox must be a big part of the movie. And then we have one here with Claire. Here we have some more figures from what is called the Hammond collection. Now I'm going to do something I've not done in a while since being in Jurassic World, is I'm going to head to Dino Play to see if we can see any more construction of Super Nintendo World. Believe it or not, above Dino Play we can see a little bit of a closer view of Mount Beanpole, and then looking through a little bit of Bowser's Castle there. Right up here next to Mount Beanpole we can see that white concrete getting ready to be painted brown, similar to the top of the mountain. Leaving Jurassic World, we're going to head to the upper lot to check on Super Nintendo World, the studio tour, and so much more. From the top of the Starway, we can see the Warner Brothers construction progressing ever so slightly, and looking at the Soundstages on the lower lot, which are now completely painted. Wow, so much progress in just a week. And here from the studio tour, walking in, we can see that the lower lot Soundstages do have a lot of paving work to be done, but also unfortunately that the prop that we believe to be the warp pipe for Super Nintendo World from last week has gone away. Getting off the studio tour, we did get a look at the Western Town, which they did admit on the studio tour finally that it is going to be for an upcoming project. It is not for anything related to the parks. We already knew this, but it's nice that they, for the first time I've been on the tour, they acknowledged it, which is neat. Now let's head into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Just leaving Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, which was great. The wait sign was glitching just a little bit. It didn't mean no wait, it just was not working. Looking into Hogsmeade, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I'm definitely not the only person in the park today. Leaving the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, we have so much to do to look at Horror Nights, Super Nintendo World, but let's start with wait times. Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey is 35, Flight of the Hippogriff 45, Ollivander's 35, Studio Tour 25, Secret Life Pets is already virtual, Despicable Me is 35, Simpsons is 40, Kung Fu Panda 15, Jurassic World 30, Transformers 45, Revenge of the Mummy is 20, and this is only about 2 hours after opening. Here we are outside the Parisian Courtyard Maze. Not much to see here, other than we now have what appears to be windows in the facade. Let's head around the backside and see what we can see, and then check out Super Nintendo World. Outside of Secret Life Pets Off the Leash, not much to report here on the Horror Nights house. Outside of Super Silly Funland, they did not close up the hedges, so we can get a little bit of a peek here into Halloween Horror Nights. Now heading into the former smoking section to check on Super Nintendo World. Now from up here, the biggest thing to note is next to that green exposed wall underneath the pyramids, we now have some blue tarp or something up on the walls. That means they're likely going to be adding theming there very shortly. But for right now, the pyramids have been fully revealed. That full right side of the land has been revealed. And as I say every time I leave the former smoking section, don't smoke, it kills you. From back here, we can see some of the smoke coming out of Waterworld. They have not done anything here yet. This is where they are going to build a Halloween Horror Nights tent, or maybe not. And we already checked out the Jurassic World merchandise, so I'm just going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.